Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to write productivity blog articles automatically using AI agent. So let's suppose I'm a productivity mentor online and I want to increase my online presence. For that, I regularly want to post on WordPress. Doing this manually is a very time-consuming task, so I'm completely going to automate this process. And to do this automation, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI. Here I'm going to use my AI agent as OpenAI and then WordPress. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build connection in such a way that as soon as I'm going to add a new title in my Google Sheets spreadsheet, the blog or the article will be automatically generated with the help of OpenAI, and then I'm going to create a post on my WordPress. Now, if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to write productivity blog articles automatically using AI agent. For this, I have created an automation workflow where I have built connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI and WordPress. And now we are going to check this automation workflow once, whether it is working fine or not. For that, I am going to open my Google Sheets spreadsheet and I am going to add a title in this spreadsheet. If a content is automatically created and posted on my WordPress, then this means this automation workflow is working fine. So here I am going to add my topic ID and then I am going to add my title. Now I am going to wait for a few seconds and you will see a post will be created on my WordPress. We are going to refresh this page once. Let's refresh this again. And here we can see a post has been created. I am going to open this by clicking on this view. And here we can see a post has been created. Time blocking versus to-do list. What works best? So here I have received the introduction. I have received a relatable story. And then I have received the rest of the article in point-by-point format. Now here I have received the other details. Like if you want to proceed on this journey, please contact us at this number or email us at this email address. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. In this video, we are going to learn how to write productivity blog articles automatically using AI agent. For this, we are going to create automation between Google Sheets, OpenAI and WordPress with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in your browser. Now after browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. Here I'm going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me to this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I have created over here. Now if you want to create a new folder, you simply need to click on this plus icon and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow for which I need to click on this create workflow button. And first I need to provide the workflow name and then have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as how to write productivity blog articles automatically using AI agent, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders which have been created and here I am going to select this as AI agent and then click on create. So here workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens, an action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to write productivity blog articles automatically using AI agent, which means I'm going to add a title in my Google Sheet and a blog or the article should be automatically created with the help of AI agent. So here trigger says when this happens. So when I'm going to add a new title in my Google Sheets and then action says do this, then generate a blog or the article and then automatically post that to the WordPress. Here I'm going to post directly to my WordPress. If you want to add this to your Google Doc or if you want to add this to your Google Sheets, you can do that too. So here in my trigger application, I will be taking Google Sheets. And then in my trigger event, I am going to take this new or updated spreadsheet row. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets, for which a webhook URL is provided to me. And this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help desk, we are going to build this connection. And to make this connection, let me open my Google Sheets. So this is my Google Sheets spreadsheet by the name Productivity Blogs, and I am going to add a title. First I am going to add my topic ID, and then I am going to add my title like why are you always behind schedule and how to fix it. Now I want to send this title to my Pabbly Connect workflow so that it can process it and generate articles with the help of AI agent. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the connection between this particular spreadsheet and my Pabbly Connect workflow. And for that, what I have to do, I have to go towards this extensions, go to add-ons, then click on this get add-ons. Here Google Workspace Marketplace will appear in front of me where I'm going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. And it is showing installed because I have already installed this in my Google Sheets. But if you are doing this for the first time, make sure that you install this following the same process. Now over here I have installed this and it has started appearing over here. Now I am going to click on this Pabbly Connect webhooks and then I am going to go towards this initial setup. So this box has appeared in front of me and here I need to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So this is the same webhook URL which I am provided in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So I'll go back to my workflow, copy this webhook URL and paste that webhook URL over here. Next I need to enter the trigger column. So this trigger column is the final data entry column or the last column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL or the Pabbly Connect workflow. So here my final data entry column is column B because this is my last data and this is my final entry data and I am not going to add any data after this column. So the final data entry column is the last column or the trigger column. I hope this is very clear to you. So here my trigger column is column B. Now I am going to click on the send test after adding this webhook URL and the trigger column and you will see the test data sent successfully, which means this data is sent to Pabbly Connect workflow. Now to make the setup configuration, I have to click on the submit and you will see the setup has been configured successfully, which means we have successfully added the webhook URL which we were provided in Pabbly Connect workflow here in my Google Sheets spreadsheet. And now we have to follow a very important step. We have to go towards this extensions, go to Pabbly Connect webhooks and then click on the send on event. So this step will make sure whatever data we add in future, it is sent to Pabbly Connect. Now let's go back to my Pabbly Connect and check whether we have received the response there or not. And if I scroll down, I can see that I have received the response. Here we have received the title, which is why you are always behind schedule and how to fix it. So this is the title. The name of my spreadsheet was Productivity Blog. The trigger column was column B. Now here, as soon as I have received all the details in this workflow, this shows the connection setup that we have created between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets with the help of this webhook URL is successful. And now whenever I am going to add a new title in my Google Sheets spreadsheet, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Now moving on to the next step, whenever I am going to add a new title, I want to generate a blog or the article related to that title. So then in my action application, I will be taking OpenAI, which is acting as my AI agent in this workflow. And then in my action event, I'm going to take this as ChatGPT and then click on this connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter the token. Following the help desk, I'm going to enter this token. And to create this token, I'm going to enter the hyperlink given over here. And it has taken me towards this API keys page. Now to create a new API key, I simply need to click on this create new secret key. So first I have to name this key. So let's say the name is testing. The project will be default project. The permissions will be all. And then I simply need to click on this create secret key. A new API token will be provided to us, which we need to copy and simply paste that over here. As I have an existing connection, I have created this connection multiple times. That's why I'm going to go with this existing connection and then click on this save. So here OpenAI is connected with Pabbly Connect. And now I have to enter the AI model and the prompt. In this drop down, I can see all the AI models which I have. I'm going to select this as GPT-4o Mini. If you do not find your AI model, you can simply toggle this button on off mapping, remove this AI model and enter your own AI model. I have my AI model in this drop down, so I have selected that. Now I need to enter the prompt. So I am going to enter the prompt in a way that I have entered the title in my Google Sheets, and I am going to map that response in this prompt, and I want to generate article or blog related to that title. So I am going to enter my prompt in that way. So here I have written the prompt: write a blog post for productivity coaching business. Audience is busy professionals and entrepreneurs. Tone is helpful, motivating and actionable. And then I need to enter the topic. Here I have written include 3-5 practical tips or strategies, add a relatable story or example, end with a call to action to apply for tips or reach out for coaching. I have given my calling number and my email address. Now here I am going to enter this topic, but we are not going to enter this manually. Instead, we are going to use a method called mapping, which means we are going to enter the data from the previous response. Now here I have received the response from Google Sheets, and when I click on this field, I can see this Google Sheets, and when I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. Here I need to enter the title. So I have entered the title over here by mapping it. Over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now that I've entered the detail over here, which is the title, I have mapped the title over here, I'm simply going to click on the save and send test request, and let's wait for the response. So here I have received the response, and this response is a positive one. In my message content, I have received this blog or the article: why you are always behind schedule and how to fix it. Then I have received the introduction. Then I have received a relatable story as we have mentioned in the prompt, and then we have received the step-by-step solution. The first one is prioritize your tasks. The second is time block your schedule. Third is limit multitasking. Fourth is set realistic deadlines. Fifth is reflect and adjust weekly. And then we had received the conclusion. And after that, after all this, we have received this message. Now here I have added my phone number, and then I have added my email address, and it has attached that in my article. Now I want to post this on my WordPress. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to click on this add action step button, and then I'm going to search for my action application, which is WordPress. And then in my action event, I'm going to select this as create a post and then click on this connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, I have to enter these details, which is email, password and base URL. So here I'm going to enter my login credentials, and then I'm going to enter the base URL. Here I have entered my email address, my WordPress password, and now I need to enter this base URL. So to get this base URL, I'm going to open my WordPress, and on the top in this URL, up till this WP3, I need to copy and paste that over here. So this will be my base URL, and now I simply need to click on the save. So here WordPress is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter these details. So in my post type, I'm going to select this as post. The post title will be, I'm going to map this from my Google Sheets, which is this one. I have received the post content. The post content is this in my message content response. The slug, excerpt are not required fields, so I'm going to skip this. The status will remain published. The category IDs, tags are not required fields, so we are going to skip this. I do not want to post any media, so I'm going to turn on this mapping button and remove this media ID. Otherwise, it will become static and will be posted on all of my articles and blogs. The format is standard, pink status is open, comment status is open. The rest of the details are not required ones, so I'm going to skip this. I have entered all the required details like post content, post title, and now I'm simply going to click on the save and send test request, and let's wait for the response. So here I have received the response. I'm going to open my WordPress and check whether the post has been created or not. So this is my WordPress. I'm going to refresh this page once. And here you can see that we have instantly and automatically created this post. I'm going to click on this view. And here I have created and posted this. Why you are always behind schedule. So this post has been created and this is the same exact post. Now to summarize, we took Google Sheets as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL. We received the title after entering the title in my workflow, and then we moved to the next step where we wanted OpenAI to generate the blog for the same title. And then after the article has been generated, I want to post that on my WordPress. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And here I have successfully created the automation between Google Sheets, OpenAI and WordPress with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.